Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. As you all know, we have started to solve the UGC NET home science questions, and we have begun with the human development unit. And today I have come with new questions. So let's begin. Question number 1. Who developed the theory of psychosocial development? Option A, Sigmund Freud. Option B, Erik Erikson. Option C, Jean Piaget. Option D, B.F. Skinner. Let's understand each options. Option A was Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud was born in 1856. He is also known as the father of modern psychology. He has given the concept of psychoanalysis and psychosexual theory. He is well known for these theories. He has also given the psychotherapy for the psychotherapy, hypnosis, dream analysis, and many more. So he was the most famous and influencer theorist during his time because of his theory, which was mostly centered around the libido. He was the controversial thinker also of his century. Then we have Erik Erikson. He was Neo-Freudian. Neo-Freudian means he worked with Freud and he is known as a developmental psychologist. He has given the theory of psychosocial development. Next is Jean Piaget, who was the Swiss psychologist who has given the theory of cognitive development, in which he has says that child develop intellectual through the course of their childhood. He has given 4 different stages in his theory. Then we have last, which is B.F. Skinner. He is an American psychologist known for his impact in behaviorism. In his theory of learning, he says that first person exposed to a stimulus, which elicits a response, and the response is then reinforced. So he has given the concept of stimulus, response, and reinforcement. Coming back to our question, which was asking us who developed the theory of psychosocial development. So, after understanding each options, we know the correct answer is B. Erik Erikson. Next question. According to Erik Erikson, the primary psychosocial task during adolescence is option A, trust versus mistrust. B, autonomy versus shame and doubt. C, identity versus role confusion. D, intimacy versus isolation. So in his theory, he has given, in the theory psychosocial development, he has given 8 different conflicts. So for adolescent, we will have, for adolescent, the conflict will be identity versus role confusion, in which the individual in his puberty try to create his own identity. And if the identity is not properly created, there will be a confusion in his mind, like, what should I do? Where should I go? So this is a very crucial stage. In this slide, you can also see all the 8 other stages given by Erik Erikson. From infancy, we will start. That is in our left side. Infancy is trust versus mistrust. Then early childhood is autonomy versus shame and doubt. Then we have preschool, that is initiative versus guilt. Then we have school age, that is industry versus inferiority. Then we have adolescent, that is identity versus role confusion. Then we have young adulthood, that is intimacy versus isolation. Then middle adulthood, generativity versus stagnation. Then maturity, or you can say old age, is ego integrity versus despair. So coming back to our question, which was asking about the primary psychosocial task during adolescence. So the correct answer will be C, that is identity versus role confusion. During this phase, individual is quite confused and he's exploring his own identity. He wants to be known as himself. Like, this is what I like, this is who I am. So it is identity versus role confusion. Moving towards the next question, which is in Eric Erickson's theory, the crisis of generativity versus stagnation typically occurs during A. Early adulthood, B. Middle adulthood, C. Late adulthood, D. Adolescence. Let's understand what is generativity versus stagnation. So, this is a phase during the middle adulthood in the psychosocial development where the major question that individual asks is how can I contribute to the world? How I can make a world better place? So he wants to do something for the world, as in not something very big, but something little. Maybe he wants to give a good parenting to his kids and have a good working environment, and he wants to be known for his honesty towards his work. So the basic virtue during this stage is care. Okay, coming back to our question. So it was asking about the crisis of generativity versus stagnation typically occurs during. So the option number B, middle adulthood, is the right answer. Moving towards the next question, which is which stage of Erik Erickson's psychosocial theory is associated with the challenge of developing trust in infancy? A. Trust versus mistrust. B. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. C. Initiative versus guilt. D. Industry versus inferiority. Let's see what are the challenges during infancy. So in infancy, the psychosocial conflict is trust versus mistrust. The major question that a child asks is, can I trust the person around me? So during this stage, mother plays a very crucial role. Like if the child's basic needs like feeding, cleaning is fulfilled at the right amount of a time and he's not left alone crying, then a child will develop a trustable relationship with the mother. As in, he knows that someone is there who is available for me, who is going to help me with the things, like someone is going to feed me if I'm feeling hungry. So, as we all know, during the infancy, this is less than 1 year, the feeding is a very important task, because a child is dependent on mother for that. So, it is very important for a mother to create a trustable relationship. In the case, if mother creates a mistrust kind of a relationship with the child by not fulfilling the requirement of a child is left alone, is crying, his basic needs are not fulfilled, or mother has a very Lazarian kind of a parenting style, she is much involved in herself, then it will create a mistrust in the child, and he is think like I cannot trust anyone around me. So the basic virtue here is hope, hoping for everything will be all right. Coming back to our question, which was asking the challenge in developing trust in infancy. So which of the stages associated with it? So the answer will be A, that is trust versus mistrust. Moving forward to the next question. In the Eric Erickson theory, the conflict of integrity versus despair is faced during A. Childhood, B. Adolescence, C. Middle adulthood, D. Late adulthood. Let's see what is integrity versus despair. So the conflict, integrity versus despair. In this, the major question that a old age person asked is, did I live a meaningful life? Like I have achieved something in my life. I have raised my kid in a right way. How was my life? The person reviews every event of his life from his childhood to the work, from the childhood to the growing up, going to school, then finding a love of a life, then getting married, then having a first child, then having a second child, their education. So the individual reviews everything. He's recalling everything, like, and he thinks that did I live a meaningful life? Like, Did I achieve something? Did I do something good or not? So they reflect back on their life. And the basic virtue during this stage is wisdom. So we know that the conflict of integrity versus despair is faced in late adulthood. Which psychologist is best known for the theory of moral development? Now we are moving to the moral development. The option A is Jean Piaget, B is Lawrence Kohlberg, C is Erik Erikson, D is Carol Gilligan. So, we know Jean Piaget has given the cognitive developmental theory that you have seen in the beginning of the slides, and Erik Erikson has given the psychosocial development theory that we have studied just now. Let's see who is Lawrence Kohlberg and Carol Gilligan. So, Kohlberg has given the theory of morality and moral reason. He has given 6 stages of moral development, where his primary focus is on seeking and maintaining justice. Okay, he has told how the morality is developed in an individual. Then Carol Gilligan, who is known for her innovative views on the development of women's morality and sense of self. Her theory was actually the response to the moral development proposed by Lawrence Kohlberg. So, the moral developmental theory is given by Lawrence Kohlberg, that is option number B. Next question is, in Kohlberg's stages of moral development, the pre-conventional level is characterized by option A, adherence of universal ethical principle, B, obedience versus avoid punishment and gain rewards, C, upholding laws and social rules, D, following personal moral beliefs. Let's understand what is pre-conventional level. So, in the pre-conventional level of moral developmental theory, Kohlberg says that this is the very beginning of the morality. Like here, we are talking about the children, okay, and their judgment is basically based on self-interest and external consequences, as in they are motivated by the desire of to avoid the punishment and gain the reward. They are more focused towards satisfying one's own need and desire without considering broader values or principles of anything. They are more concerned if I am gonna punish or I am gonna reward. That on that basis their morality is developed. That's it. So they are actually driven by self-interest and external consequences. If I'm gonna get punished or rewarded, that's it. If for the deed I'm gonna get punished, no, then I'm not doing that. If I'm gonna reward it, I'm gonna get a reward, then I'm gonna do that. That's their morality. So pre-conventional level is characterized by option number B, that is obedience to avoid punishment and gain rewards. Moving towards the next question, where Kohlberg's conventional level of moral development typically involves. Now we are talking about the second level. Option number A is consent for self-interest, B, conformity to social norms and laws, C, following universal ethical principles, D, seeking personal pleasure. Let's understand what is conventional level of morality, which was given by Kohlberg. The basic characteristic of this level is conformity of social norms and rules. The moral judgment is based on the expectations and values of the society. They strive to meet these expectations to maintain the harmony of the society, and they reflect the reflection. Their morality reflection is shifted from self-interest that was in the pre-conventional level to understanding the importance of social norms. Now they're understanding what are actually the norms of the society and how it can impact our actions. Okay, so that's their basic characteristics. So the example of the conventional level is social conformity, and maintaining the social orders, following all the rules and everything. So coming back to our question, which was asking us conventional level of moral development typically involves, the correct answer will be B, that is conformity to social norms and laws. They are more driven towards the following the rules. Going to next question. The highest stage in Kohlberg's theory of moral development is called option A, social contract orientation, B, universal ethical principle, C, interpersonal relationships, D, law and order orientation. Now I will show you the whole theory given by Kohlberg. So he has given 3 levels and 6 stages actually. The 3 levels are pre-convention level, convention level, and post-convention level. Each of these levels have 2 stages in it. So when we talk about pre-convention level, we have avoiding the punishment as we have seen and self-interest. If you talk about convention level, they want to be a good boy or good girl, so good boy attitude. Then we have law and order morality. And the final stage, in the final level, we have social contract and universal ethical principle. So coming back to a question which was asking, which is the highest stage in Kohlberg's theory of moral development? So we can say that option number B, universal ethical principle, is the highest level of Kohlberg's theory. Moving towards the next question, Carol Gilman criticized Kohlberg's theory for being biased towards option A, male moral reasoning, B, female moral reasoning, C, cultural relativism, D, economic status. So let's understand the criticism of Carol. So she has criticized that Kohlberg has ignored the woman's perspective of morality. She says that she actually proposed the concept of that women prioritize ethics of care while men prioritize ethics of justice. So the ethics of care theory says that in the pre-convention level, it's like I love me to I love you. When we have conventional level, there we say I love you more than me, if you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Then there is post-conventional level, I love myself and you also. So that's what the morality for women that Carol Gilgan has proposed. So the correct answer for Carol Gilgan criticism for Kohlberg theory is that he has been biased for male moral reasoning and he has not talked about female moral reasoning. Next question is, who proposed the theory of multi-intelligence? A, Howard Gardner, B, Robert Sternberg, D, Daniel Goleman. Sorry, C is Daniel Goleman and D is Charles Spellman. So option number A was Howard Gardner, who believed that conventional concept of intelligence was too narrow and restrictive. He says that by measuring someone's IQ, we cannot assess their intelligence. Every individual possesses different kind of intelligence. So by measuring the IQ, we cannot say this person is intelligent and other is not. So the remaining 3 options, which was Robert, Daniel, and Charles, they are not actually related to our topic. So we'll skip that and we'll get into the question back. So the multi-intelligence theory was proposed by A, Howard Gardner. Second question, in Gardner's theory, which type of intelligence involves the ability to understand and interact effectively with others? Option A is linguistic intelligence, B is logical mathematical intelligence, C is interpersonal intelligence, D is intrapersonal intelligence. Let's see his multi-intelligence theory. So he has given 9 types of intelligence. So when we talk about understanding someone's perspective, someone's thought, we understanding someone's ability to understand and interact with other, that obviously will be this one, that is interpersonal, like seeing people's feeling and motives. So they will be said as C, interpersonal intelligence. Next question. According to Gardner, which type of intelligence is related to capacity to think in images and pictures? Very interesting. The given options are A, musical intelligence, B, spatial intelligence, C, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, and D, naturalistic intelligence. Again, seeing the types of intelligence. So when we talk about bodily kinesthetic intelligence, that is coordination of your mind and your body. Okay. When we talk about the naturalistic intelligence, which is to understand the living things and reading naturally. Okay. When we talk about special intelligence, we are talking about visualizing the picture, visualizing the world in 3D form. So when we talk about the image and pictures, the correct answer will be, is happening here. The correct answer will be B, that is special intelligence. So please see that B is the correct answer here. Okay. Wait a minute, something. Okay, here we are. Next question is, which of the following is not one of the Gardner's multi-intelligence theory? A, emotional intelligence. B, musical intelligence. C, logical mathematical intelligence. Then D, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So I'll tell you each of the intelligence one by one. When we talk about naturalistic intelligence, it helps you understand the concept of nature. When we talk about musical intelligence, they have a special ability to understand the sound, pitch, tone. They can make music and everything. Then we talk about logical mathematical. It is a type of intelligence where they are very good with the hypothesis solving problems like mathematical problems and everything. Then existential intelligence is tackling the questions like why we live, why we die, like big kind of a questions. So that is existential intelligence. Then we have interpersonal, which is seeing people's feelings and motives, like you understand others' perspective. Then we have bodily kinesthetic, which is the you have a good coordination between your mind and your body. That we can say the sport person usually have this. Right? We have linguistic intelligence, which is you are good with the language. You know how to express yourself in the correct time with the correct word. Then we have intrapersonal intelligence, which means you understand yourself, what you feel, and what you want. You are aware about yourself. The last is spatial intelligence, which is visualizing the world in a 3D form. Like you see everything in a picture and image form. You understand it in a better way. So coming back to our question, which was not one of the Gardner's multi-intelligence, that is A, emotion. The next question is, Gardner's theory of multi-intelligence suggests that A, intelligence is a single and unifying ability. B, there are multiple independent intelligence, each contributing to a person's ability. C, intelligence is primarily determined by the genetic factors. D, intelligence can only be measured through standardized IQ tests. So, the concept of multi-intelligence was given by Gardner to uh, invalidate the traditional psychometry. Actually, in his book, which was published in the year 1983, Frames of Mind, the Theory of Multi-Intelligence, he suggests that all people have different kind of intelligence, and it's okay. Like it's okay to have a different kind of intelligence, and that's their gift. Then initially he proposed 8 kind of intelligence, and recently he suggested the ninth, which is ninth type of intelligence, which is existential intelligence, that was newly added to the theory. So now we know the option number B, there are multiple independent intelligence. Each contribute to person's ability is the correct answer. We wish you all the very best for your preparation. Don't get demotivated. You know everything. You are fully prepared for your exam. Do well and all the very best. Thank you for joining us. We'll meet again tomorrow.